The mayor of Seattle rushed to defend protesters in her city's so-called autonomous zone after President Trump threatened to take over that 6-block area. Activists there have taken over an area surrounding a police precinct. Their message is straightforward, that police should stay away. Here's what President Trump said about that in a new interview.
If they don't straighten that situation out, we're going to straighten it out.
And what do you mean by that?
What I mean is very simple. We're not going to let Seattle be occupied by anarchists. The woman, I don't know, has she ever done this before? How can you?
In Seattle.
Oh, it's pathetic. No, we're not going to let this happen in Seattle. If we have to go in, we're going to go in.
NBC's Vaughn Hilliard is in Seattle this morning. Vaughn, I lived in that city for a long time, spent a lot of time up on Capitol Hill where this is taking place. The president says he's not going to allow Seattle to be occupied by anarchists. You've been through the area. Walk us through what you're seeing there. Is it anarchists who are now running the show?
Peter, as you just said, you've been through that neighborhood before in Capitol Hill, this particular neighborhood where this 6-block radius has become this so-called autonomous zone, is very much of has its own life within itself. And over these last nights, you've had thousands of folks walk through. When you're going through, it's more like a pedestrian street festival of sorts. You have folks, these restaurants are open. There's couches in the middle of the road. There's gardening taking place. You know, we should note the context to this. The president saying that it may come down to him to step in and bring in troops to take back over this zone. We should note it was the mayor and the police chief who pulled back police. There had been more than a week of protests that had escalated in violence with flashbang grenades and pepper spray and tear gas being used. And that's when the city decided on Monday to pull back. And that's essentially when this autonomous zone was created. I want to let you hear directly from Mayor Jenny Durkan of Seattle, responding to the president's suggestion that he may use his own force here in the city.
The right to challenge authority and government is fundamental to who we are as Americans. We do not need anyone, including the president, to try to sow further divide, further distrust, and misinformation. The threat to invade Seattle, to divide and incite violence in our city, is not only unwelcome, it would be illegal.
There was one resident that I talked to that said the last several nights he's actually felt safe, unlike the week prior when the police force and those protests were ongoing. We should also note, though, that the police chief yesterday said the call time response has increased by 3 times because that precinct, that East Precinct for the police department remains vacant at this time. Peter?
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.